NRG Stadium in Houston. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Watson on first down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. That's good. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The 35-yard line. On first down, it's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Watson gets one into the hands of Cobb, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Brings up third and again, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return from a 49er touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
Well, I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Kickoff for San Francisco. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This will make it into the end zone. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. On first and 10, Watson. And right away, he lost the football. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Javon Kinlaw able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Gonna need something special here on third and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, here's Watson. Brings it in over the middle. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They do get 9.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Niners take over first. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 24. And he's got some space here. Muscling 3 near the 40. How did he stay on his feet? And all the way down to 12. A big play there for the Niners. 64 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
That sense if they don't get run right. They're at 7 or 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They got to consider themselves.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. For the point after. Early on, they had all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with prior to the game. They always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct. But it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it? It does.
And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. At their own Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they showed improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson going incomplete. That's fun. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. There's a first down on a gain of 10. Out of the gun, Watson, open man, the tight end fouls. 3 yards to gain there, 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. Occasionally, you break the tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, when they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense to move the ball downfield.
Yeah, that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. The 20. 10 touchdown. 49ers. Kendrick Bourne. 76 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something in this drive.
And sometimes you take out all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
If he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The Texans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the football conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson to give. This is Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You always saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down in the yard. Brings up 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson. And that is going to be incomplete. The The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on fourth.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later, that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking in the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
To remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside of highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Garoppolo on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold up through the contact. Here's our second down. We'll try again from the 36 on second and 10. Again, looking for Samuel. This time to catch me. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, 36 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
I know those wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone.
Wishnowski to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on third down, turned it over, gave a great field position, turned it 6 points up. They've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. And it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. But it's going to be second down. Throwing again is Watson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. It's a back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a play. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Ross Blacklock on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert, and he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. See. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a Niners his first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. What, the third quarter already?
Texans nothing. Miami Fairbairn indicates
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Third quarter starts with a run from Mostert. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
it's a gain of 20. And the 49ers
On first down, they go with Mostert again. 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control.
And across the top, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense is running away with this one. Great call to hand that one off. And his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Operating from the gun. Watson. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that flag.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Kinlaw getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. Now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is going to run on top of them. A big move that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll look to Mostert to start things out. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Again, they'll run it with Mostert.
Raheem Mostert was all carrier. Taken down at the 41.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go get it to your back, let it pick up the first down, keep the sticks moving.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in the second half blowout material. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. They've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time. It sets up second and goal. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this third quarter. Now in Houston, the Texans on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
At the 49ers, 48 yards.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson throwing right in, that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 yards on the play, first down.
2-yard line.
From the gun, Watson stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the 24-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, they'll roll it out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
The first down carry here for Johnson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Ray Greenlaw.
Oh, and no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At the
They'll try the air now with Watson. That's complete, right around the 8. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they finish 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Watson. The ball is out. Watson lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day long.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Getting 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
gain of 10. First down, San Francisco.
Mostert. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 for the Niners there, and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Over 30 yards there, and first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3.
They'll try and run some back here as they keep it on the ground. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
At the 24-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Open that is Pettis. It's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
This will make it into the end zone. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get point.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kawhi Williams. And into the end zone. And he picks 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone, and you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out, and I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
To kick off for San Francisco.
So they throw the pick 6, they'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
Their own 25-yard line.
Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. Looking for a tight end, fouls, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kawhi Williams. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Texans, nothing. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Let's just be frank, they're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And now it's a scooped up by the 49ers.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example. You talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They go back to the ground, this time Brewster. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches have a reliable running game. They breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And now here comes their final timeout. As they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
The short field strikes even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So the victory here for San Francisco. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.